Okay, here we go. If you want to scoot it up. Oh. Okay. All right, so here we go. So we were talking about the domain and range. So what kind of symmetry do we have? We don't have the typical reflectional symmetry, but we do have translational symmetry. Okay? And I didn't expect you to know that. Ooh, but now you do. Okay, does this function belong to any parent graph families that you studied in the past? Does this look like any parent graph we studied? Nope. If anything, it has pieces of what? Linear, but it's not really. Okay, good to know. This is like a new type of graph, okay? Now, of course, you're not writing this in your packet, you're writing this in your notebook, right? Oh. Anyway, okay, if you did it on this problem, don't worry about it. But from now on, you know, okay? Did we start 20 yet? Did you guys do 20 yet? Okay, so today we're just going to do 20 and 21 together as a class because I really want us to get done with this. But we have to, because we have to really be investigative. Even though it's a whole class, I still want you guys to bear the burden of doing some thinking. Don't just sit there and expect me to give you the answers because you're going to learn more this way, okay? So if you guys have your, please get out your resource page along with this, your resource page. What do you mean? Everybody got one, right? Nobody told me to leave it. Yep. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I have any more. I gave everyone one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no tengo más, yeah. Raquel. You can just share with your partner. That's what we just the directory. Yeah, share with your partner. Okay? Alright. So for this problem, we're going to look at this picture, okay? Dice aquí, todo el mundo tiene. Notice it's the same thing, it's just bigger, so it's easier, yeah? Okay, so let's start here. It says periodic functions. Watch this is pretty cool, guys. Okay, so periodic functions have periodicity, which simply means that they repeat at regular intervals. Okay, so periodicity means to do what? Repeat at regular intervals. Okay, many things you're familiar with also have this quality. Clocks have it, metronomes, periodicals. What's a periodical? Do you guys know what a periodical is?
Oh yeah, isn't that
It's a publication that comes out periodically. So like the Time magazine, Newsweek, any kind of newspaper, magazine, or journal that comes out, National Geographic, those are all periodicals because they come out every week or every quarter or every month. Okay, periodicals. Okay, what else in your life repeats at regular intervals? Death happens once most of the time. For most of the people that have ever lived. Huh? Birthdays are periodical because you have it every year. So the period is 1 year, right? What else? Huh? Holidays. Any holiday is periodical because it happens every year. What else? Huh? Your breathing is a periodic function. Yes, it is. Actually, I have a poster about that. I'll show you guys later. What else? Your heartbeat is periodic. Yes. Earthquakes? Oh, you mean like?
Yeah, when they happen.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, okay, so you guys get it, right? To describe the periodicity of a function more specifically, there's a specific word that you need to know, which is the period. What is the period? It's the smallest shift possible that preserves the function's appearance. Okay? So earlier on our function, what was the period of the other function that we just studied? 5, because the smallest shift possible was 5, right? So I'm going to give you another definition that I like. A period is, it's the time it takes to complete one cycle. Does that make sense? How long it takes to complete one cycle, which is the smallest shift possible, is called the period. Okay? Get me? So for the previous function, we can say p equals 5. Okay? We represent the period by the variable p. What a good idea. Okay? You with me? If you're with me, say I.
Aye.
That's weak. If you're with me, say I.
Aye.
So that means only these people are with me? Everybody else is lost already?
No, I said I.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so looking at the graph of f of x and knowing that p equals 5, can you answer the following questions? Is f of 2 equal to 17? Why or why not? And illustrate your reasoning on the graph. Okay, so let's look at the graph. Okay. What the heck is f of 2 mean? First of all, we know that the period is 5, right? Okay, so let's write that here. Period is 5. What axis is this? The y, and this one is x. Okay. Okay, for example, right here, what is the x value here?
1,
1, right? And then what is the y value here?
4,
4. We also know that the y value here is 2, right? And the y value here, 1 period later, is 6, right?
You mean the x value?
I mean, yes, thank you. The x value here is 6. All right. Cool. You guys with me still?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, they asked me to find f of 2, and they want to know if it equals f of 17. That's the question, right? What does this mean? Can anybody tell me what f of 2 means? Does it mean f times 2? No. What does it mean? You plug in 2 into what? Into the x, and then f of 2 is whatever pops out, the answer, which will show me, which would be shown where? On the y, right? So if I'm looking at this point, what can I say about this point? You know, from this point, you know that f of what? F of 1 is what? You get it? F of 1 equals 4, because when I input 1, my answer is 4. You see that? So the 4 is actually the f of 1, which actually equals the y value. Yeah? So this 4, can I say this actually equals f of 1 here? Yeah? Is there any other input that I could put and still get 4?
No.
I can't get 4 any other way except right here?
No, you on the 6.
Right here I could get 4. Here I could get 4. So I could also say f of what is also 4? F of 6. Okay, no? And f of what else? What is this one going to be? 11 comma 4. So f of 11, right? Etc., etc., right? So really f of 1 plus what? Any multiple of 5 is going to be 4. Get it? I could shift it forwards or backwards by 5, and I'll always get an output of 4. Yeah? I'm just trying to see make sure you guys understand how this works. What about using this one? How can I write it? F of what equals what? F of 5 equals 2, because when I input 5, my output is 2. You get me? Okay, now that you get me, let's talk about f of 2. Where's f of 2? Where's f of 2 going to be? Well, I have to look where? I have to look for 2. Where? On the x, right? My input. So where's 2 going to be? About, if this is 1, then 2 is probably about here, huh? Right?
Yeah.
So f of 2, I have to go to my f. Where's f? This whole thing is f, right? The function f. But the function at 2, though, the output's going to be somewhere here, right? It's somewhere about 3 something, right? So right here, It's 3 something, but I could really call it what? F of 2. Do you guys see that? How this is f of 2? That y value, whatever that output is, it's about 3 point something. That y value is f of 2. But they're asking me, is f of 2 going to give you the same answer or output as f of 17? Where's 17? Wow, all the way over here. Is it possible that it'll have the same height? How can we figure that out?
Well, just kidding.
Okay, the question is f of 2 equal to f of 17? F of 2 is when you go to 2, it's that height. That height is f of 2. Is there any, what if I go to f of 17, all the way over here, is it possible that I'll have the same output? Jorlin, why?
I was gonna say, the next, like top, isn't it gonna be at A16?
You have to add 5, right?
Yeah, so it's gonna be 16 and 4.
Okay.
And then you move over another space just like you did in 1, 4.
Oh.
So it's gonna be, yeah, the same distance.
Do you guys see what Jorlin's saying? He's saying this peak is that when you input 1, you get 4. When you go 1 over from 1, that's 2. And you go down a little bit to f of 2. Well, he's saying the next peak over here is 16, and you get 4 again. If you go 1 over, you're going to be where? At 17, and you go down a little bit, just like we did here. So he thinks it's going to be the same. So we don't even know how long this thing goes, but because right here he's saying 16 is right here. So he's saying if we go 1 over from there to 17, he's surmising that possibly this height will be the same. Yeah? Okay, does anybody have a different way to look at it or a different way to say the same thing? Marcos?
And then also the P is 5.
The P is 5. Okay.
It's at 2.
2.
You move over 5, it could be at 7.
7.
You move over 5 again, it could be at 12.
12.
And then you move over 5 again, it'll be 17.
What do you think about that?
It'll be in the same place.
What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah? Think about it. Okay. 2, remember the period is 5, right? So if the period is 5, that means every time you move over 5, you go back to where you started, right? So if we go from 2 and we add 5, where are we going to be? 7. All we did was we moved over 5, right? And so it should be at the same height, right? And then from there we move over, what? 5 again, because this one is going to be, what is this one going to be? 11. So move over 1, you're going to be at 12, because 7 to 12 is 5. And so we're going to be probably at the same place. And then from 12 to 17, it's 5. So we're thinking it's going to be at the same place. So every time you hit 2, 7, 12, 17, add 5, add 5, add 5, we think it should hit the same place, yeah? Does that make sense to you guys? Can we even make a little line? So if this is f of 2, but it can also be f of 7. And it could also be f of, yeah. Maybe it'll hit at 2, at 7, at 12, and 17. Yeah? That's cool. Okay. So going back to your notebooks, you guys with me? Can you explain to your partner why? Okay. Do you think, so the answer for this is yes? Okay. Explain to your partner why. Okay? Did you explain it, Antonio?
Yeah.
Did Lindsay understand it?
More like words. I thought he was gonna say a function.
Okay, so let's write this in our notebooks. I'm going to write it here, but you guys write it in your notebooks, okay? I'm going to answer this question here. It says, is f of 2 equal to f of 7? We can say f of 2 does equal f of 17. Yes. But why? Because the period is 5 and... Okay, how far did you have to move to get from 2 to 17? 15? How did you get that?
Because the PS5 is divided by 15 by 5 and you get 3 shifts.
No, I said how did you get from 2 to 17 and somebody said 15. How did you get that? Subtract, right? 16 minus 2 equals? Remember the distance from 17 minus 2 is 15. And 15 is what? Yes, a multiple of 5. Good, Jiva. Okay? Does that make sense? I had to go move over 15 spaces, but we know that every time you move 5 spaces, 10 spaces, or 15 spaces, you should end up at the same place, que no? Que sí. Okay? Another way I can say it, in other words, can I say it like this? F of 2 should equal f of 2 plus any 2 plus what? Any multiple of 5, right? You see that? And how can we write f of 2? F of 2 can be written as, 17 is 2 plus 15, right? So 17, f of 17 is equal to f of 2 because 17 is 2 plus 15, and the 15 is just a repetition. You get me? Beautiful! Okay. Preguntas, comentarios? Okay, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so is f of x, now let's generalize it. Here I said 2, and you had to give me 17. Okay? But here I just give you, is f of x equal to any f of x plus 5? Yes? Why? Because 5 is the period. And what does this really do? What does this do according to transformations? It shifts the whole thing 5 to the left. And if we shift it 5 to the left, what's going to happen? It's going to be the same. Right? A horizontal shift of 5 will not change the function. Okay? Alright, let's do a fun moment. A math moment. What? Oh. I know. It's what you're used to. Okay, so, alright. Can you guys give me some more examples? I told you that we figured out together that f of 2 equals f of 17, right? Can we figure out some more? Can you give me some more? Say that again, Steven? F of 1 equals f of 16? That's true. What else? Somebody else give me one. F of what? 3 is equal to f of... Why 18? Because you have to add 15, right? What else? Somebody else.
F of 5 equals f of 20.
Okay, fancy. Other periods, everybody just started by adding 5 because they were real timid, but you guys are just going at it. Okay, what else? I want something fancier.
10,000.
Okay, f of 1,000. We can't even see that far, but we know because math helps us to know what we cannot see, that f of 1,000 must equal what? Whoa, f of 1,000,000, because that's a multiple of 5. What else? F of negative million equals what? What about f of 5? Okay. Can you get even fancier? Do some wild things.
We're not telling those.
Can you give me a non-integer? F of 1/2 should equal to what? 16? Not 16. 15.5, yeah? Can you do f of pi? Is equal to what? Pi times 5?
5 times 5.
No, not 5 times pi. Pi plus 5. What else? 0.12 should equal f of what? Or why not 15.12, right? Or 25.12, right? You guys get the point? Okay, good. Good. All right, so last question. C, on the resource page, label the points in the graph where it reaches its maximum and minimum values. Okay, so I'm going to just take a pink. We're going to do Christmas lights here. Maximum, 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 maximum. The minimum was what? 2. Let's get colorful. Minimum, minimum, minimum. Okay. Okay. So we have max and min. Okay. All right. By inspecting the graph. Now this is one where you guys will probably spend like 10 minutes being lost in your groups about what the question means. So let's figure out how to do this. Okay. Aquí dice, by inspecting the graph, we know what that means, right? Estimate the solutions of the equation f of x equals 3 for negative 4 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 16. What does this mean? What is the verb? What is the main verb they're asking you to do? What are they asking you to do? They're asking you to estimate. Estimate what? The solutions of the equation. What does it mean to find a solution of an equation? Here's my equation, f of x equals 3. Who can tell me what f of x equals 3 means? Whatever you plug in for x, they want the answer to be 3. If I ask you to find the solutions, what am I asking you to find? You have to find x, right? When I ask you to solve x squared equals 9, I'm asking you to find x, right? Find the x value that makes the answer equal 3. So look at your graph. What am I looking for then? I'm probably looking for 3, but where am I looking for 3? Should 3 be the x or the y? The y, because it says f of, we don't know what the x is. What x do you put in so that the y pops out? 3. So where should I look on my graph? Y equals 3. Aha. So I find 3 on my y, which is aquí probably. Okay. Now where on my graph does the answer equal 3? Can you guys see some of the points where it equals 3? Right here. Where else? Here. Here. Right? In fact, can I just draw a line? Okay, so f of x equals 3 every time this line of y equals 3 intersects f. ¿Que no? Okay, so how many solutions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It keeps going, ¿que no? How many solutions are there? Infinite number of solutions. So should I start writing all the infinite number of solutions? No, that's take too long. So you guys get so far why I drew that yellow line though? Anybody lost? Anybody asleep? Okay, good. All right. Wait, but it says, what else did it say? Estimate the solution of the equation for f of x equals 3, 4. What is this? What is this called? Yes, it's a restriction. Do I want all the solutions in the universe? No, I only want the solutions where x is between what? -4 and 16. So that's on the x or the y? On the x. So here's x equals 16. Where's x equals 4? Oh, sorry, x equals -4. What's x equals -4? I have to go how many back from 1? 5. So it's probably right here again, huh? At the peak. Okay, so between -4 and 16, right? In this interval, how many solutions do I have? Okay, let's count those solutions. I've got, shoot, I used the wrong colors. Let's see. I got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss,
Yes.
why would you count the very first one right here if that one's after?
Oh, you are right. I missed it. This is the one, not that one. Thank you, Raquel. See how that one doesn't count because it's beyond -4. It's beyond my boundaries. Okay. So basically, I have to start here and end here. And I counted 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get me? Wait, how many cycles did we do? How many cycles did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4 cycles. How come I have 8 solutions?
Because there's 2 for every cycle.
Yes, in every cycle. Do you see that? In one cycle, look at one cycle. There's 2 solutions. One's here, whoop, we cross 3. And then once again, whoop, we cross 3. So go whoop, whoop. Next cycle, whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. There's 8. Get it? Yeah? Awesome. Yeah? Okay. So do we plot them? And then it says plot them. So technically, should we label them? Well, what's the output for all of these? The output is 3. That's the point. So f of x equals 3 for all of those points. Okay? All right. So good, good, good. So how many solutions are there? 8. En portugués se habla 8. In Chinese, is it like this? I'm not sure. I forget. Okay.
You know Chinese?
Yeah, some. All right, you guys. Let's take a... Oh, never mind. Okay, let's go. I was going to say a brain break, but we can't. Just keep that brain going. All right, so you guys ready? We have 3 more things and we're done, yeah? Can you do it? Okay, everybody just inhale. And exhale. Nobody did it. Everybody inhale. Exhale. That just sent some more oxygen to your brain. All right, y'all. We're going to transition to this problem, and I'm going to go ahead and read all 3 problems, and then we're going to transition to the big paper. This is a new function. It's no longer f. This one's called g. All right. What is the period they want to know? They want to know the 6 values of x where y equals 1. Okay, so they want to know what is the period. They want to know when y equals 1, which means, hey, what's another way to say that? F of... They want to know where f of x equals 1. They want you to solve that, right? And then they want you to find g of 53. You know what? That's fine. because we're G like that. And we've even found f of 1,000,000. So f of 53 does not even scare us one bit. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at this graph now. Okay. All right. So let's look at this graph. This is G, so let's label it as such. Okay. All right. First of all, everybody find the period. I want you to find the period. What do you guys think? What's the period, guys?
7.
Why?
Because it's from the distance.
Where did you like look at?
The middle one.
The middle one? The same point. So for example, did you use the top or the bottom?
Bottom.
Okay, let's say I go from here. Where's the next time this repeats? Right here. And then you count this distance, and it was 7 spaces. So the period is 7. Very good. Yeah? Is everybody good?
Yeah.
All right. Second, name 6 values where f of x equals 1. Where does y equal 1? Well, let's go to y equals 1. Right here is where y equals 1. Right? This is the y, Antonio. And can you show me where y equals 1? Y equals 1 right here, ¿que no? Aquí también, aquí, y aquí. ¿Que no? All right. Aquí, what is the x value here? Negative 2.5. Y aquí, ¿dónde estamos aquí? 0.5. Aquí, ¿dónde estamos? 4.5. Y aquí, ¿dónde estamos? 7.5. Ondificamos, we would say. How many solutions did we get? 4. How many did they ask for? We have to find 6 more, but it's not shown here. We have to figure it out using our brain. Okay? Well, let's think about this. In one in one period, how many solutions are there within one cycle? 2, right? So there's 2 for every cycle. So like here, there's 1, and there must be another one. It didn't show. How can I get to that one? Shift which one? So is of the 2 solutions, the one that's supposed to be over here, should it be the one that matches the 0.5 or the 4.5? You guys get my question?
Oh, it should be 4.5.
4.5. If I move 4.5, because if I add 7 to 0.5, I'm going to get 7.5. If I add 7 to 4.5, I'm going to get aquí 11.5. Right? That's where my next solution's going to be. Okay? What about over here? Which one am I working with? Am I working with the 4.5 or the 0.5? The 0.5. And what do I have to do to get here? Subtract what? 7. If I have 0.5 minus 7, what am I going to get? Yes. Negative 6.5. Okay? So my other answer should be aquí. Okay? So what are my 6 solutions where the y equals 1? When x equals negative 6.5, negative 2.5, 0.5, 4.5, and 7.5, and 11.5, what happens? F of x equals 1. Okay? Beautiful. Okay, y con 5 minutos más, tenemos 5 minutos para investigar pregunta. What is, oh sorry, this is not F, this is G, my bad. What is G of 53? Well, Miss Hall, we don't have time to make this graph all the way to 53. Good, so we have to use our brain. Okay, so what is G of 53? How can we figure that out? Go by multiples of 7? From where? Where you want to start? Okay, you guys figure it out. Talk to your partners. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Talk to your partners. Find out G of 53. Okay, who's got an answer for us? Anybody know what f of g of 53 is? Just Marcos? Jorlin? Okay, what do you guys say? Marcos and Jorlin? Y equals 2? What does Jorlin say? Okay, alright, so I wish I had more time so I could hear how you guys got it. There's many ways, but one way is to start at 0. Some of you guys didn't start at 0, you started at a peak like 2, which is totally fine. But let's say we start at 0. If we're at x equals 0, we're right here. But when am I going to end up in the same place again? If I add 7, then I'll end up in the same place. And then I'll end up in the same place if I add 7 again, 14, 21, 28. What's the closest multiple of 7 to 53? 49, right? Because 7 times 7 is 49. So you're telling me that if I add 49, then if I go to f of 49, I'll be right here, back in the same place as 0?
Yes.
Do you agree that f of 0 equals f of 7 equals f of 14 equals f of 49?
Yes.
Yeah? Because they're all multiples of 7, right? I just scoot over 7. No, Stephanie? Do you agree that f of 2 is going to be the same place as f of 2 plus 7, which is 9? If I add 7? So if I'm at 0 and I add 7, 0 plus 7 is here. And am I in the same y value here as I was here? So 0 is the same as 7, yeah? Is the same as 14, is the same as 49? Oh, sorry, thank you. G of 49 is the same place, right? So if I was at G of 49, I would be right here, right? Then 50, 51, 52, 53, right? And if I was at 53, what would the y output be? 2. So here, write it down like this. G of 53 is equal to G of 49 plus 4, right? Yeah? And 49, that's a multiple of 7, so that's almost like it didn't even happen, right? And what's the output when you go to G of 4? Make sense? Very good. We're done with this chapter, guys. Do your homework and be ready for the test tomorrow. No, just kidding. Not tomorrow. But be ready soon. Be ready soon. Tomorrow we'll review. Tomorrow we'll review. Huh?